We're back from the car boot. We had our bacon, sausage and egg bap, cob, roll, bread cake, whatever you want to call it. Darren's laid out all the stuff that we picked up from the car boot. Not many pictures, I think there's 3 there. And then bits and bobs down here. Quite a few tins today. Really nice basket there. And some brass candlesticks. Look at this funky money box. Yeah. Add to our stocks. Good morning, welcome back. It's about 11 o'clock on Saturday. Darren's pruning in the fruit cage. He's been cutting down the apple tree a bit. I've been taking cuttings, some pittosporum, some jasmine, clematis and honeysuckle. And now I'm going to tackle my nemesis, which is the clematis, which just seems to grow and grow like a triffid. So I'm going to tackle that. Next week's going to be super busy, just with, you know, not massively interesting stuff, but I've got to go on Tuesday morning to clear off all those shelves at my Burgh Antique Centre, and just getting that off all the shelves and down the stairs and into the car is going to be a big job. And then I've got to find what I'm keeping to put on the new shelves with different labels. So I've got that to do this week. We've got a couple of auctions this week which we kind of wanted to go to, so that means going to the auction viewings and then working out what we want to bid and bidding on it and stuff as well. So that's quite time consuming. I feel like there's a few other things and I can't think right now what they are. And then there's the day-to-days, isn't there? Packing orders, listing, all of that sort of stuff. But today I'm trying to switch off from it and just get on with some gardening. A little Sunday morning haul we've got. I got this picture. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Look at her hair. It's one of those like foil ones. So that's cool. I got this little Buddha bloke. And these are nice. These brass wall hanging candle holders. This enamel one. Tin. A Kath Kidston mug, a couple of like cross-stitchy type things, a couple of another picture, big quality street tin. That's a nice one, isn't it? From 1986. I like that. And then this cat, which is like a vase. That's cool. And then breakables. We like breakables, don't we? A bit of Langley. Cups and saucers, coffee pot, that kind of thing. And then in here, some Villeroy Bosch. It's mainly cups and saucers, but then there was a gravy boat and saucer as well in this pattern. Good morning. It's Sunday morning. It's about 10 to 11. We'd done the car boot this morning, and yeah, it's feeling quite chilled this morning. The sun's out at the moment, but I think Darren said the forecast is for it not to be quite so nice later. So maybe we should get out in the garden now. I just showed you a few bits that I picked up from the car boot. It wasn't outstanding, but we also bought ourselves some steak knives. Viner's steak knives, stainless steel. Bex, if you're watching, suitable, very, very acceptable handles. £3. Just a shame they didn't have forks and spoons as well, because that would have been ideal. But anyway, we'll work on that over time. Hello, Benji Boo. Here's Benji Boo. Darren's outside getting on with some jobs, and I am going to go and see what to do. Yesterday I took some more cuttings. Did I? Yes, I did. This is more like it, isn't it? Starting to fill up. These rose cuttings aren't looking good though. I might have to try that again. Or I might have to actually look how you do cuttings for roses. Saying that, I did do some successful ones last year, so we'll see. But yeah, clematis, pittosporums. Again, I haven't looked to see that you can do them. I've just done them and see what happens. Fuchsias, they're not looking great, are they? Those ones. We'll see. Salvias. And then how are the seedlings coming on? Oh, we've got some echinacea, look. There. I think these are the ones that I struggled with last time that didn't really germinate. Red shade. I got some of the pink ones. We'll see. Something coming up there. And then the lupins are doing okay. Nothing there on the aquilegia. We had some more rain yesterday, so the flowers actually got some water. So let's see if things spruce up a bit. Like these, forgotten what they're called. Hibiscus, I think they were. They look droopy as they've come back a bit. And these, I thought they were salvias, but they're not. They're agastaceae. I did those from seed and they've perked up a bit. But let's see if anything else perks up. But I did notice, got my first gazania flower. Oh look, that hydrangea looks like it's coming back to life. We might not have lost it after all. God, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Darren's cut back a lot of this because it was just all looking so dead. It's only about 11:15, but I think I'm going to make lunch because we had breakfast early before we went to the car boot, which we don't normally do. We normally have breakfast when we get back. So I'm going to make a pesto because we haven't had pesto hardly at all. So we've got basil. I've got some chard or spinach, whatever I can mix with it. I can use sunflower seeds if I haven't got pine nuts. With a bit of pasta. We've got cucumber and tomatoes. We'll have a bit of salad with it. And we've got a little bit of bacon that I can put on top as well. So I'm going to do that now. Honestly, I don't know where the days go. It's already like 1:25. I haven't really done any gardening. I haven't done anything apart from move stuff that was all over the floor to that side. I did make us a fresh pesto, which was delicious, really, really nice. What else did I do? Oh, and I filmed it for a short, put it on Darren's gardening channel. And then editing that and then uploading it and faffing about with that. So that took a while. And then I did some eBay admin. So here we are, 1:25. I've got a few bits to show you, and then I want to tackle some of that. I'm growing a huge pile there of stock, and I know that on Tuesday when I bring all that stuff back from Burgh, that pile is going to be probably 3 times the size it is now. So I need to get some organisation here. But let's show you the bits that I picked out for you. It's a kind of random selection as usual. I like a random selection. A few bits are from today and yesterday and a few bits are from last week. Okay, so this one's from today. This is one of those foil pictures. Now I'm going to see if I can show you this without the light going off it too much. It looks a bit like, is it Wind in the Willows? With mole and stuff, but I don't know who these characters are. So there's a mole, there's a rabbit, there's this lady with crazy hair, and they're obviously living inside a tree stump or something. But it's one of those foil pictures. It's really cool. Love it. I love these cobwebs up at the top here. Can you see those? Really cool picture. So I'll put that on there. I've got a little pewter brooch of a spaniel. Can you see? I've got to do that influencer thing like that. That's kind of cool. It says A.R. Brown on the back. It's that one. This is unusual. So it's like fused glass backing, and then this sort of silver, I don't know which way around it would go. That way, I think. Sort of grapevine with leaves. There is like a name sort of etched in there, and then on here it says 925, and then some other random numbers there. So whether this is all silver or whether it's like a coating of silver, like a silver plate, I'm not sure. And then you've got this on the back, which is all in Italian. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? So I've got that, I'll put that on there. This is lovely. A nice wooden jewellery box. Look how well made it is. There we go, with this inlay and with shell and brass, it looks like, or is it just different wood? No, I think it's a lighter wood, and then the shell there. And then inside we have this compartment, and under there is the key. So it is lockable. Oh, it smells lovely too. So there's that box. Try and shut it without trapping my fingers. Bit of studio pottery. Lovely little jug. Small one, perfect for milk with your coffee, with this pinched spout here. Really pretty. Stoneware. Can't make out. There may have been like an attempt at putting a maker's mark there, but it's so small you can't really see. But isn't that lovely? Sort of speckled brown. As I say, perfect for a little coffee with milk. And you could have it, although they're not matchy, but studio pottery cup and saucer. Isn't that cute? That's lovely. And it just sits so nicely because it's got this ridge. It holds the cup really well. Perfect for a coffee, although I like a coffee the size of my head in the morning. But if you're having like an espresso coffee, that's quite a big espresso coffee. Let's rerun. If you want a coffee, then this is lovely. Is there a maker's mark? That's what I'm looking for. Can't see one, but yeah. Lovely little coffee cup and saucer. And then another bit of studio pottery is this lovely posy vase. I've never used a posy vase with the holes. I assume you put more flowers through the holes. I've never actually used one. I should try that really, shouldn't I? It has got a maker's mark, but I think it might be hard to distinguish what that is. But isn't that nice? A sort of browny, greeny, speckled effect on there. Really lovely. Very nice. And then there's this, which is pottery as well. So it's got a saucer and a bowl with a hole in it. So I'm thinking for shallow plants. Cacti. What else goes in a shallow one? I'm not quite sure, but the hole's quite big. It's really pretty, sort of almost black with this pink and green and white floral pattern all the way around it. There is a maker's mark there. You see that? To me, it looks like HM, but it could be WH, depending on which way around you look at it. Now, this one does have a tiny chip just there, but you can barely see it. It's just there. So there's that one. Now this is a bit of old shop stock. This was at Burgh and I brought it back. It's the last one of my fair trade throws that I used to sell in the shop. This one is an elephant. Let's see. Which way round? Oh, it's an elephant, and then it's under the tree of life. So you've got the tree of life at the top. Don't know what you can see, this is the problem. Tree of life at the top, and then lower down you've got the elephant. So it's sort of single bed size throw, that one. So that's really nice. I bought those all from like a fair trade wholesaler from India. So I will put that on there. It's just getting the photos for those are a job, but I will do that. I've got one of these cute little, you know, the little cube puzzles that you have to do, the kiddies one. It is a little bit worse for wear. It's all sort of knocked around the edges, and I've got a feeling, yeah, oh no, that is part of the design. I thought there was a sheet missing, but that is just part of the design, I think. But you can see corners like that. I'll take a photo of one of them made up. But yeah, so there's that. Basket not included. That one. I've got a little pair of etched brass candlesticks. Little ones, little diddy ones. Usually these are made in India. Oh yeah, it does say India underneath. And they've got this etching. You see that? All the way around there. So there's those. And then I have this box. It's like a cash box, can you see? It doesn't have it would have originally had another layer in here that you would take out, but it's been painted black. And then I think somebody's added this rather funky handle, and that just makes it against this black background. It's quite sort of rustic, rough looking, but I think it's a really nice little box. Again, you could use that as your button tin or to keep odds and ends in, anything you want. I don't have a key, I'm afraid, so you can't lock it. Is that everything? Oh no, one more thing. One more thing. A little set of drawers like that. So you could have that on your desk, put your paper clips and your stamps and stickers and I don't know, spare change in your little chest of drawers. So that's that. Hope you see something there you like. There's new things going on all the time, so have a good look around. I'm trying to change the categories so they make more sense, so hopefully you can find what you're looking for. I've got my wax melt on today to get me in the mood. Cocoa and sandalwood, which I absolutely adore, but there's lots of others on there if you're interested. I thought I'd say my thank yous as I'm just sat down to add things to my website. Thank you to Kerry, Helen and Margaret, who all ordered on my website. Really, really do appreciate it. I'll get those packed and off tomorrow. And then also to Julie and Jacqueline, who used my Avon link, which is in my description box. You go straight to Avon, doesn't cost you anything extra, and just by using my link I get a tiny bit of commission, so really appreciate that. Every little bit helps, as a certain supermarket says. I thought it was quite interesting that I put on a short about what do you call a cob bap roll when, you know, where you are, because everybody calls them different things. So Nottinghamshire, where I grew up, they were called cobs. But recently I've started calling them baps, and I don't know why, because it feels very odd, and it had a totally different meaning in Nottinghamshire, a bap, and so it wasn't really a word that we would use. But I was surprised there were so many different versions of a bread circular bread piece around the place. So we've got the ones that we've heard of, well I've heard of, bap, cob, roll, bun. You see, I only think of a bun as like a fruit bun, or I suppose you'd have a burger bun, wouldn't you? Tea cake, somebody said. I thought a tea cake was one with like raisins and stuff in that you would toast with butter. I can't, yeah, there's another one. Balm cake and batch. And I have a feeling that my mother-in-law used to use a different one. What did she used to say? If I think of it. Bread cake, I think she used to call them. Bread cake, there we go. Lots of different words for the same thing. Okay, well, I'm gonna do some worky work and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. So it is 3:30 and I've just finished adding the stuff to my website and then quickly just editing my video so far so that I could add the prices to show you when I show you stuff how much it costs. A couple of things that I wanted to quickly say before I put this stuff away is the puzzle. I found that one block that's got a bit of the strip of the paper that's attached to make up the puzzle. And then there's like corners missing and stuff like that. So I just wanted to say that. And then the other thing I thought was this could actually make quite a nice little craft project. You could like cover them in your own material if you wanted to. Just a thought. So there's that. And then things like this beautiful jewellery box is quite heavy, as is this. So I do have to add a little bit to the price just to help with the postage costs. So just bear that in mind when you're looking at the prices on my website. I think I'm going to say I'm done for work. I haven't packed any parcels, but I think that's a tomorrow job. It is Sunday, supposed to be a day of rest. Actually, what I might do instead is pick out a few bits for Burgh that I'm going to put on my new shelving, because I can price it all up, pack it, get it ready, so when I get there, I don't have to start writing out labels for things. That is a good idea. Might do that. I've picked out some bits that I'm going to take for Burgh, price up and box up. I've just priced up a load of tins that I'm going to take. And then I remembered something else that I'm putting on my website that I forgot to show you. So I'm also putting this print on of the puffins by an artist called Gerard Russell. Limited edition print. Let me turn my camera around. You see it? All the puffins on the cliff with the lighthouse in the distance. Signed there, Gerard Russell. 17 of 850. So there's quite a lot of prints. But still, it's a really pretty print. All framed nicely. If you're interested. It's 6 o'clock, 10 past 6, and I am working. We did have a bit of a break, had something to eat, leftovers, and Tesco delivery came, so we put that away. I got a decent amount of stuff ready for Burgh. I got a couple of big like bags for life ready, and a box ready of stock priced up. I'm gonna try doing a theme. So like I told you, I'm gonna do tins on one shelf. I'm gonna do brass and metals on another shelf. And then, not sure, but at least I've got a good start of stuff that's priced up. And then I can pick out some bits that I want to add to it from the stock that's there. And the rest can all come home. It will feel a bit overwhelming to start with, because I know that when I've got a lot of stuff, I always feel overwhelmed. But it's good to have a backlog of stock. Some of it will end up going back to Burgh. But, you know, at least I'll bring it back, sort through it, check prices, new labels before I take it back again. Yeah, so it's a full-on week this week. As I say, I've got that big job to do, and then we've got 2 auctions, a usual antique centre visit for Louth, and the usual listing and packing parcels. And I'm not ahead of the game with my YouTube. I'd got myself into a good routine of being ahead of the game with my YouTube so that by now I'd have already got the run ready for next Friday, but I haven't done that because I was away for a couple of days last week to see my mum, and yeah, it's just knocked 2 days off my schedule, so basically I'm 2 days behind. So I have got a busy full-on week, so wish me luck if you could. Leaving me a thumbs up and a positive comment would help. If you enjoy my gentle vlogs, then please subscribe. And subscribing costs you nothing at all and really does help my channel. If you want to help that a little bit more, then you can become a member. It's £2.99 a month. There's a link down below, and you get videos a day early, so then you know what's going on my website a day early, so you get first dibs at things that go on. If you ever see something that I haven't put on my website, then email me and I can let you know if it's something I can send out to you. And if you want to see more of Darren and the dogs, then go on and subscribe to Darren and Kirsten's Garden Adventures. We're still trying to eke towards the 1,000 subs. That would be great if we could get there before Christmas. That would be brilliant. Anything else? I think that's it. I think I'm exhausted. I've exhausted my conversational topics. So yeah, take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon.